Where is he?
Hi. Tonight you're going to solve a murder. You get to see all the suspects, see all the clues, and I'll even go you one better. You get to see the murder happen. But most importantly, is my mom.
Oh.
Right. Give me a cup of coffee, will you?
Oh, baby, I love your hands. Everyone who wins on hunks gets sent to Rio with some incredible babe. Me? I get sent to Long Beach with a nun. Can you believe it? Oh, don't tell me my hour's up.
Dead, Captain. He's not going to get any deader if I finish my dinner.
I know. I know, but I mean, couldn't you send Harry?
All right. Yeah. No, I'm on my way.
I think the fact that he's a very tight-fit guy.
How do you turn this off?
When you invited me to a murder mystery dinner, I didn't expect the mystery to be who I was having dinner with.
Look, I just need to ask a few questions, get a couple of statements. We can meet later for a nightcap.
Some other time. I have a murder to solve.
Guilty look, yes, but also we can't accomplish.
Dating in the 90s. It's murder. For Cameron Lyle, a participant on the relationship show, Hunks, the birds and bees proved fatal. Well, let's see if we can find out why his dream date turned into a nightmare. I know why mine did.
We determined.
Hang on a second.
Yes, we are. Okay.
Make sure you ask Colonel Roberts why he was cutting his steak with a butter knife.
Great party, you know.
Can't help myself. It's in the blood.
Whoa, spiffy duds.
So what do you got?
The killer. Well, one of them anyway. Victim's Cameron Lyle, 23. Personal trainer, physically perfect in every way. Except he was very allergic to bee stings, which he mentioned on hunks to millions of people. Also, found a smudge of mud on the floor with the usual schmutz.
What is this Hunks, anyway? How does it work? I never watched.
5 women go out with 2 guys. Then they come back, yap all about it to the producers. 3 of the women, babes, goes on the show to share their wacky anecdotes about the date. Now, the wildest, funniest date gets an all-expense-paid weekend at some hoity-toity resort.
Well, these wild and wacky revelations, are they enough to kill for?
I'm getting a tape of the show so you can judge for yourself. Or better than that, ask his date, Shelley Pierce. You'll find her in the spa. Look for a babbling glob of green.
So we get to the room, and you know what we find there? This giant basket of fruit. Pineapple, papaya, kiwis. So, Cameron pulls out a banana. You can guess what he's thinking. So I tell him, we can do that anytime. Everything here's free. Mud baths, saunas, manicures.
I got it. Everything's free.
So anyway, he gets kind of mad and wants to know if I'm going to put out. like he was paying for this trip. And I got really mad and,
Threw a beehive at him.
oh, got a facial. Hey, you're not saying I killed him. Oh, I've been here forever. Haven't I, Maria? Ask that lady.
I've been trying to relax all day, and she's been talking the whole time.
Hard to believe. Let's get Harry to do a workup on the mud that they use here. See if it matches the schmutz. Come on, kid. We got some TV to watch.
All right, now that's Cameron Lyle. The other guy is Kevin, his brother. Now, they do theme shows. This one was about brothers. They've done father-sons, next-door neighbors, teacher-student. You get the picture.
Great.
And there's Shelley, the babbling globber green. And this other one here is Lindsay. She's been in Paris for a week, so she's in the clear. And this babe right here is Sloane French. Watch how angry she gets.
But all she wanted to talk about is how she's gonna screw her boss out of $60K for trying to make the moves on her.
Shut up, Cameron.
It was a scam. She was making the whole thing up.
Bet that cut a couple of zeros out of her settlement.
Just in case
You ain't seen nothing yet. Watch this.
Wham! Bee stings and he blows up bigger than Delta Burt. I'm gonna stand for that, Cal?
You mean from a guy who can't even satisfy his ex-wife?
What exactly does that mean?
Hey, I know exactly what she wants from a man. Just check the notch, brother.
Yada yada, more hilarious anecdotes until the end credits when the Lyle brothers almost come to blows.
Got it?
What's this with the notches?
Each night can be a moonlight sail on the Blue Pacific with the Solitude Seas 6000 for just 24 convenient monthly payments.
That's just dandy. Now, about you and your brother. What exactly were you talking about during your post-show shoving match?
Oh, that. Take it back, all right? I don't need to take marriage lessons from a guy who tallies his triumphs and notches. You got it?
Yeah, that's fine.
What's with these notches?
Well, since puberty, whenever he'd score with a chick, cut a notch in our bed.
Our bed?
Yeah, bunk beds. It was then that I first realized my true calling.
When did you realize that you had a bee sting?
Oh, yeah. Got that out at the house. My ex-wife got the house, the dog, even the Whitewater 2100. So when she's out of town, I like to go over and feed Thor, take a nap on the king of waterbeds. But I forgot my key, so I got stung trying to go through that window. That wasp. Bastard.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Lyle. One more thing. Did you talk to Sloane French about her sexual harassment scam?
No.
They were brothers, all right. All they could think about was bed. Cameron wanted me in his, and Kevin wanted to sell me one.
Couple of wild and crazy guys, huh?
Hello. I've been waiting for you, too. My clothes feel so tight. Let me take them off. But first, will this be MasterCard or Visa? Give me a minute, lover.
Legal secretary?
I was. Now I'm in communications. No law firm will hire me thanks to that muscle-bound moron. We had a couple of beers, a few laughs. We were having a good time.
Of course, 944. Get out of here. The money you're making on this lawsuit, 9/11. It's the only way to go.
How was I supposed to know he was going to blab it all over the air? Sorry, back to work. When I took off my clothes, I fantasized it was you stripping me slowly, touching me all over with your big, strong hands.
That reminds me, I gotta make a dinner reservation for 8 o'clock.
Oh,
Lavender.
yeah.
I wonder if I should get some flowers.
Oh, yes.
Pardon me. Is he gonna be long?
Oh, yes, yes. Inside, my home line's free. Oh, yes.
Hello, Bubby.
Yeah, Harry, what do you got?
Nothing on the mud found at the scene yet. So far, it's just mud. Here's the hot news. Turns out one of Lyle's 5 pre-screened dates, a Michelle Wilkerson. She refused to go on the show after she went out with Cameron.
She couldn't cut it. You know, we were just too adult for her. She was strictly love connection material.
Did you get that?
All right, you want to check out those interview tapes? And in the meantime, you tell me where I can find her.
Sorry, sir.
Okay.
You know the difference between Vanna White's career and mine? Exposure. I can do almost everything Vanna does. We both have terrific skin, great bodies. It's just that no one knows who I am yet. So my agent suggested I go on Hunks.
Wouldn't you have gotten more exposure if you'd actually gone on the show?
One date with Cameron Lyle was enough. Why chance winning another? He dragged me to this dive bar he hangs out at. Spent the whole night getting me drunk.
One little drink.
I told you I don't drink. It dries the skin and leaches out the vitamins. So he spiked my orange juice. I'm not a good drunk detective. I woke up the next morning wishing I was dead.
Where were you yesterday evening?
Working the auto show. It's not much, but it's exposure. You never know when a major player may want to buy a new Ferrari. Or a golden retriever.
So I got dinner reservations. Yeah, 8 o'clock, Kilkea. You see? That's how it's done. You meet somebody, you ask them out, that's a date. You don't go on national television like these wackos we've been talking to.
So, tell me about this, Kevin Lyle.
Well, he's the Cal Worthington of waterbeds. And according to his dead brother, he's an even bigger bozo when it comes to marriage. Then he's got the curious bee stinger,
notch in our bed.
wasp stinger, whatever. Then there's Michelle Wilkerson, who worships at the Temple of Good Skin and was enraged at Cameron for getting her drunk. And we've got Sloane French, who tried to turn her sexuality into cold, hard cash until the lawsuit blew up in her face. Now she can only accept MasterCard, Visa, and speaking of gold diggers, let's not forget Shelley. With that schmutz we found near the body part of her free facial.
Cameron pulls out a banana.
How would you like to live in a house of vomit?
I don't know. Is it rent controlled?
The beehive was composed of a masticated substance, mostly mud and honey. So now we know this bee colony lived almost entirely on lavender.
Ah,
Does that mean something?
yeah. Sloane French's backyard is full of lavender.
Get this. The law firm where Sloane worked at filed a countersuit and subpoenaed Cameron Lyle to testify against her. Big firm that wasn't going to take her little hijinks lightly. They weren't going to stop till they had her behind bars.
Well, if she had any more motive, she'd corner the market. Go bring her in. The bees that stung Cameron Lyle were raised on lavender. There's a whole garden of it growing in your backyard. Cameron Lyle exposed your little scam on national television. The same day, the law firm filed a countersuit against you seeking criminal charges. Then they subpoenaed Cameron for testimony that would put you into jail.
Look, I made a mistake. I overreacted to a comment my boss made.
Which was?
Let's grab a bite tonight and see if we can find a new position for you. But it was full of innuendo. I'm an enthusiastic person. Sometimes it gets me into trouble, but I did not kill Cameron Lyle.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Oh, hi, Cindy. Yeah, I was just thinking about you.
Where the hell are you?
What do you mean, where the hell am I? I know, but it's only... Oh, Cindy, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Cindy?
No way to treat a lady.
Okay, Miss French, you can go. Just don't leave town for a while. Well, what do you got for me?
Gave Kevin Lyle's ex-wife Debbie a call. Seems old Kevin was nabbed by armed response security, and this wasn't the first time he was caught for breaking and entering.
Well, that's something, all right.
Well, over the years, I stopped depending on men. Learned to rely on myself. Kevin couldn't deal with it. I got tired of his whining.
Didn't do a very good job. You keep trying to get back in.
Yeah, I thought about pressing charges, but I knew that he'd just take the extra attention as encouragement. You want to try that now?
How did Cameron figure into this?
In bed, of course. It's the only place he was any good.
You slept with your husband's brother.
A couple of times, until I realized that he was just using me to get back at Kevin. And then a couple more times just for the fun. Try now.
Kevin know about the affair?
Not until the game show.
Lucky shot. Thought you said you never played this before.
Oh, then rack them up, kid. And I thought you said you broke into your wife's house to feed the dog. Copped some Z's on the old waterbed. You left out the part about breaking in to see whether there was a notch on her bedpost.
She was sleeping around. It's what broke up our marriage. Just didn't know she was doing it with my brother.
The next day, you stole that beehive from your ex-wife's house. Got stung in the process. You scooted down to the hotel and killed her.
I told you I didn't kill her. I could have killed anybody who was sleeping with my wife, but we were brothers, and brothers don't kill each other.
Oh, yeah? Tell it to Kane. Or was it Abel?
I'm glad you called. I got a few things for you.
Yeah, like a line on that schmutz?
Haha, special schmutz. It's a collagen-based mud pack used for facials, but the salon where the murder took place doesn't carry. Oh, I also checked out Michelle Wilkerson's alibi. Doesn't check out.
You mean she wasn't at the auto show?
Sure she was, for about 30 seconds. When she slipped into a low-cut dress, the dealer fired her because she had a tattoo over her breast.
Tattoo? Let me guess. A rosebud?
Okay, how did you know that?
I want you to check the interview tapes with Michelle. Let me know if she had that tattoo on before her date with Cameron.
I'm looking at him right now. No. No, she doesn't. What does that mean?
Well, it means that Cameron Lyle really left his mark on the women in his life. We have to talk. It seems you had more reason for wanting Cameron dead that you let on. Like the fact that he marked you for life, the rosebud tattoo, and in fact, you have no alibi.
I didn't tell you about the tattoo because I was ashamed. He scarred me for life with that tattoo.
Something to remember me by after the left space.
Did he rape you?
One of the reasons I don't drink is because I lose all my inhibitions. I just wish I hadn't lost them with Cameron.
Tattoos can be removed.
For a lot of money, which I don't have and may never have now. Models with that Midwest girl next door look are a dime a dozen. Even if I could have the tattoo removed, there will always be a scar.
Here, your nose is peeling. Give me that. Lemonade. Bet you were hoping I'd say lavender, weren't you? Still, it makes you think. Who had the strongest motive? Was it Sloane French, who saw her dreams of a big payday go up in smoke when Cameron exposed her on TV? And who also had a lavender bush full of bees in her backyard? And what about Michelle Wilkerson, who Cameron literally scarred for life? What about Big Brother Kevin, whose wife was making waves with Cameron in the marital waterbed? He also had a big bee sting on his neck. It's an odd coincidence, don't you think? Or what about Cameron's last date, Shelley? I don't really have a motive for her, but there were bits of the mud pack found in the salon where Cameron was killed. So, you think you know who had the biggest bee in their bonnet for Cameron? Well, let's just go get a warrant. Make sure. The singles scene is brutal these days, a fact of which you're all aware. But one of you made it deadly. I love this part. Cameron Lyle took you out. Got you drunk, got you tattooed. You blamed him for ruining your modeling career and for branding you for life. Did you take his life by letting a mason jar full of bees loose in his room?
And risk getting stung? Do you have any idea what bee sting looks like? Red, swollen, puffy.
Do you know what a bee sting looks like? You claim you got yours climbing in the window of your wife's house. But did you really get it while you were capturing a beehive and putting it in a mason jar?
How many times do I have to tell you it was a wasp?
Right. And a wasp is not a bee. So what the hell is it? The bees that killed Cameron were raised on lavender, which grows in your backyard. Cameron cost you $60,000 and almost cost you your freedom. Did it cost him his life?
I didn't kill Cameron Lyle. I was on the phone all afternoon, and I have the credit card receipts to prove it.
Those bees were raised on lavender and mud. But the mud that we found in the room where Cameron was killed was from a facial, which is what you were having, right next door.
Well, I didn't even know him. Why would I want to kill him? Granted, he made me angry, but that's because he was always pawing me, which I think is...
Okay. We know it wasn't you. We know that because the mud we found in the jar doesn't match the mud that they use here in the salon for a facial. And somebody who was milking a place for all they could get wouldn't bring their own mud. But you would.
Don't be ridiculous.
You're the woman that Shelley was boring to death in the salon. The other women at the salon wrapped their towels around themselves. But you wrapped yours like a toga to hide the one thing that would have singled you out. The tattoo Cameron branded you with. He didn't rape you. You admit that. But he got you drunk and you went to bed with a man that you barely knew.
Perfect. Just because I don't hop from bed to bed like the rest of L.A., that makes me a murderer?
Hey! Beds don't kill people. People kill people.
So I made a mistake and slept with him. It wasn't like I was a virgin.
Well, we've all had encounters we'd like to forget. But this ugly experience was seared into your flesh. So every time you looked into the mirror, you'd be reminded of it. And you look into the mirror a lot. Your vanity gave you away. You're so finicky about your skin that you brought your own collagen-rich mud to the salon. We found these in your apartment. I thought you might like to take them with you. I understand that prison can be very rough on the complexion.
You know, you shouldn't leave that on too long. The skin needs to breathe.
How do you think Narcissus would do on hunks, huh, kid? Well, you're gonna have to figure it out. I got a date. Finally figured out a way to win back Cindy's affection.
Well, this is the best date my face has ever had.
Oh, glad to hear it, but I want you to peel that off quick. The day is young, and I've still got your body to win over.
Yes. Where is he?
Hi. Tonight you're gonna solve a murder.
Yeah.
You'll get to meet all the suspects, meet all the... No, I gotta go again. Here we go.
Why?